Don't despair.
Only death could be one.
Can I... Don't you have any...
No. And then I ended up with that...
Didn't your...
Mate.
Is that all you know?
Yes.
That's all I need.
Good people, come up close and have a smell. Fresh bread, and pour yourself a bit of fresh water.
Are you...
I'm glad to see you. Master Bailiff.
Nothing of interest.
Do you know Elishka? The wife of the man who...
The one that's with the executioner now.
That's her?
Life can be cruel.
Right.
How should I know?
If Elishka stays with the...
Christ, oh, all right.
Thank you.
God be with you.
The bailiff sent...
That's another mat.
Is it possible...
You think we keep... Boy.
Elishka won't be happy about...
Elishka?
Yes.
Why wouldn't I? He had a son.
Oh, you know, he's quite tied up these days.
Well, if you...
And where are the Mishaks living now?
A stone's throw...
Thanks.
God save you,
beetroot,
Henry.
onion.
What is it now?
I've got information about your daughter.
Elishka's fine, only she needs...
Never heard of her.
She's your nearest kin. Elishka's part of your family, and she really needs you...
I won't help anyone.
I could make it worth your while.
Really? And what is it you want?
Your son's widow needs help. She has nowhere to go.
What do I care about some use?
She could help you with the farm. She definitely knows how to take care of things.
A bit of help would come in handy. Send her here, then. But don't let her think she'll be taking it easy. She'll have her work cut out.
That sounds quite...
And if I hear a peep out of her, I'll take a stick to her back.
Fine salvation this is.
Push up, you beggar.
You're not crying now?
I'm not. I've wept enough for a lifetime.
It's a bit of a change since my last visit.
I haven't had much luck in my life, but I've...
That's true.
So, did you find out something?
I did. I found your husband's father and mother, and they're willing to take you in.
But...
They're not very nice people, Elishka. They'd probably work you to the bone. But you would get fed.
Life is never easy. But at least I'd have a family.
You're right. I'll have another talk with Herman. Elishka's looking better.
She is, but she's not happy. God sent the poor girl great trials.
Indeed.
Did you know her whole family was wiped out by the plague? She was barely 12.
Losing your...
Ah, sorry, I wasn't thinking.
I have. I tracked them down. They say they'd take her in, but I'm not sure she'd do well there.
Leave that to her. I just hope she'll be better off than now.
I've heard the way you talk about her, and, would you like Elishka to stay?
You know, Hal, she was always the sweetest girl. When she came with her family to Rattay, still single, she was a sight to behold. And it might surprise you, but she even had a word or two for me now and again. It grieved me when she married that wastrel. It was a foolish idea, but I always thought maybe... Well, fate likes a good laugh. Now I've strung up her old man. I have her under my roof. After all the years I was thinking of her. I don't want her to leave, but I don't want her to be unhappy here either.
Have you made your mind up?
I can't decide. I don't know Mishik's at all. But at least I'd have a family.
Herman could give you a family, too.
He's a decent, upright fellow. I've met none better, and that's the honest truth. But he's an executioner.
And what's the problem? That the other women won't chat with you down at the creek? Did that sort of gossip ever interest you anyway? He's a fine man, isn't he? He's willing to take care of you, and he has the means to do it. And he wants you. He's so sick with love for you, he can't even sleep.
But did he really say that?
He told me he's been in love with you for years. He said he always thought you were the sweetest girl in Rattay.
That's true. We used to meet now and again and exchange a few words. By all that's holy, you're right. I'll stay here. Herman?
Yes?
Can I stay here with you?
You mean for good?
If you don't want me to.
You can! By God, you can! You've made me the happiest man in the world.
Thank you, Henry. I've a feeling with Herman I can finally find some happiness.
You will. The two of you are made for each other.
Thank you, Hal. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. The main thing is everything worked out well.
It did. It did. Thank you. And I want you to have this. God almighty. I've got Elishka. After all these years, me, the executioner, has the woman he loves.
assassin, eh? The old woman sets a fucking ass. I'll slow.
Ja, kan I... No, my God. No, let me sleep.
Please end this. Please, no more suffering.
Lord, please end this. Please. No more suffering.
Oh, leave me be. I want to sleep.
No. Let me sleep.
I've had enough. Sweet Mary, Mother of God, I can't bear the pain. Make it stop.
Sweet Mother of God.
You're not allowed inside. If you want to go in, talk to Melikar. Jesus Christ be praised.
I need to talk to that captive.
Sorry, no one's allowed inside. Melikar's orders.
But I'm Sir Radzig Kobyla's envoy, and I urgently need to question the captive.
I don't care if you're the Pope's envoy. I can't let you in. If you want to talk to the captive, you have to get permission from Melikar.
Are you Melikar?
Aye, that's me.
I need to speak with the prisoner.
And why is that? Who might you be?
Henry, envoy of Sir Radzig Kobyla. I'm here to investigate the attack.
I'm sorry. I have other things on my mind right now. In case you hadn't noticed, we have pestilence raging here. And Sir Radzig won't help us with that. Any more than he helped us when we were attacked.
No news has reached Rattay of any disease here. But I'm here now, and I can help you.
Well, since you serve Sir Radzig, you might be of some use. If anyone can be.
Tell me what to do.
There's a stable hand living with us here, Matthias.
Yes, I know him.
And he knows some girl who helps out in the monastery infirmary. Johanka, I think her name is. She might know someone to turn to, if she's actually there.
Very well. I'll go to the monastery. It's probably our best hope.
Thank you. At least for taking the trouble. But then, even if you cared nothing for us, the prisoner's got the pestilence.
If I have to go to the monastery, I need to know as much as possible about the disease. I'll definitely need to know its symptoms. They're bound to ask me that.
It's hard to say. My wife is feverish. Others have the chills. I heard some are throwing up. Others still are breaking out in sores. But why don't you see for yourself?
Very well. I'll make the rounds.
I've daubed lime on the afflicted houses, but don't stay too long in those homes.
That I can promise you.
Brother, dearest brother.
No, I'm not your brother.
Then go away. Brother.
Yes, it's me, your, brother.
Everyone nearly here. We need to get to Skalitz for the fair. Wait, you're not my brother? You're one of those brutes! Brother! Lock the door!
Brother, don't you recognize me? It's me. I'm your brother. I was gone for a long time. I've come back home for Advent, remember?
Yes. Yes. I'm thirsty. Terribly thirsty. Here you go to Skalitz. The Advent fair.
Why are you waking me? Go away!
Hitch up the white horse. And my chestnut one.
Mama. Mama.
What am I to do now without you? Without you. Who are you? Can't you see we have the plague cross on the door?
My name is Henry. I'm going to the monastery.
It's long past time. The Lord's already taken my poor Anthony. And what do you want from me?
I need to know how the illness afflicted your husband.
Yes, I'll tell you everything. But first help me bury my husband. I'm too weak. And Melichar said the dead should be buried at once.
Of course I'll help you.
Thank you. We have to bury him at the back of the house. There's a lovely linden tree there.
I understand. I'll dig the grave there.
Thank Merciful God, have mercy on his soul. Grant him a place in thy kingdom. Grant him eternal rest. Amen. What am I to do? Why has this happened?
Will you please tell me about his illness?
Certainly. My husband had the fever all over.
Anything else?
He had great pains in his belly. He said it felt like it'd been stuffed with rocks. He was writhing all night through. He must have hurt terribly.
Thank you.
What am I to do now without you?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Let's have a word about the price.
All right.
Here. And something for your trouble.
Well now, thank you very much.
Jesus, lad, what are you doing here? Can't you see the plague cross on the door?
I'm here because of it. The monarch...
God bless you, boy.
I need to know exactly what you're suffering.
Oh, I see. Well, I have a dreadful fever. My wife, too. I recall almost nothing of yesterday. I was raving for most of it.
Is there anything else?
Well, forgive me for saying so. The shit just pours out of me. I can't keep anything in. I'm completely worn out. My wife's the same.
You have my thanks. I'll try to bring help.
Wait a minute, will you?
So tell me.
I need to write my will. Can you write?
I might manage that.
Excellent. So get writing.
Yes?
I, Vincent, son of Vincent, grandson of Vincent of Merhoyed, do bequeath my estate and all my worldly goods to my wife Wilma. If my wife were to pass away with me, I bequeath all to my cousin Dobesh, at this time the cobbler in Yanovitz. In no event shall my prodigal son Elia, the layabout and good-for-nothing, inherit a single groschen, all customs and traditions aside.
Should I write that too?
Yes. And then write, the executor of my last will is to be my good friend, Father Fabian, presently the parish priest of the Church of St. Martin in Sasso.
Anything else?
This will was written down by. What is your name?
Henry. Presently in fealty to Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Well, I never. That will add some weight. Here, take my ring so Fabian will know it to be truly from me. You can never be sure nowadays.
Your son Elijah.
Christ almighty. Trying to interfere, are you? What did he do? Everything. Last we heard he was some jackhand in Sasso. Boozing, playing dice.
Where can I find...
Well, where do you think?
All right.
Yes. Go now.
Lord. What are you... Go.
Lord, please end this.
Huh?
No more suffering.
Why are you waking me? Go away.
Please end this.
You're not allowed inside. If you want to go in, talk to Nelica.
Will you please tell me about...
Certainly. My husband had...
Anything else?
He had great...
Thank you.
Sweet Mary, Mother of God, I can't bear the pain.
Oh, what? No, go away.
you come for my wife? You're out of luck. I'm old Straw, don't you know? Straw! You've taken my son. But you shan't.
I've come to help your wife.
To help her over to the other side. Isn't that God's own truth?
I'm sorry that they killed your son. I truly am sorry. But if you don't want that disease to take your wife, you'll let me see her right away.
Aye.
There. You see? Something like that.
Then go to.
Lord, please end this. Please. No more suffering.
Fever. Just like Melchar's wife.
Sweet Mother of God. The agony. Make it stop. Christ Almighty. I can't stand it anymore. Christ Almighty.
I hope they leave soon.
Johanka?
Henry?
Jesus.
I'm glad to see you.
Me too.
Well, that depends.
You're alive, so you're doing well.
I don't know if you've heard about it, but Merhoyed was attacked.
Oh, God. How is Matthias?
Wounded in the arm. He's being brave about it, but his injury looks bad.
I need to see him.
Before you go, there's something else.
What?
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Their livestock has died off, and now the people are coming down with it too. I thought maybe someone here might know what to do.
Merciful heavens. How awful. It's a good thing you've come here. If there's any hope, he may know how to deal with it.
Very well. I'll try to find...
Come back when you know more.
Thank you, Johanka. What's happening here? Oh my God. Philip and... they're all...
Yes? Where do you think the wounded ended up?
Actually,
Well, now you know. Me and Nicodemus have been trying to keep just the two of us. Certainly. We can always use an... And it's been like that since the beginning.
I was in a bad way myself back then. They took me to Rattay unconscious, and I needed a healer. How is everyone holding...
Holding up? People here are dying. Usually needlessly. We don't have enough food or space or anyone who's...
Doesn't anyone help you with nursing these people? You've got scholars all around you.
Scholars, maybe, but they leave the healing up to God. Nicodemus is trying, but everything he knows is from his books.
Can I have a look at them myself? I know a little about healing.
Do you now? And what would you do if you burnt yourself at the forge?
First, you have to cool it down with water. Marigold ointment helps, and it's better if you don't bind it and let it breathe.
You do know what you're talking about. Looks like blacksmiths know about more than just pulling teeth.
Pulling teeth? Nothing to it. As long as you don't squeeze the pincers too hard and crush them.
Well, go and see if anyone needs any.
Doesn't the monastery care for it?
They give us some food for them and a place to sleep. But I...
Do you have enough food?
Enough to survive, maybe. But convalescents need feeding up.
Maybe if I brought some meat? Some game?
That would be...
Do you have enough?
Enough to survive.
Maybe if I...
That...
Anything else?
Look around.
Well, it is a little crowded.
Crowded? I've had to leave...
I'll try to negotiate.
I tried that. Out loud. They just nod... Some of the monks speak to me. Too bad the custodian isn't one.
Is the custodian causing you problems?
All the time. Apparently he has a wife somewhere, but that...
And,
What do you mean, what else?
I could do something about it.
No.
Why is there a guard out?
He's here because of...
Because of you?
Yes. There was one time I just had enough of it all. Of the way they treat us, and I almost slapped one of... But that doesn't matter.
What can you tell me about...
He's supposed to be in charge of all the guards and the security of the monastery. And that's why he probably thinks he can do...
All right, that's all.
Look, Henry, I know I can speak harshly, but I'm at the end of my tether. Last week Bohuslav died. Maybe you knew him. We desperately need...
I'll do whatever's in my power.
What is it?
You're the one who's in charge of the wounded.
Yes, I'm the infirmarius here. Time was I only had a few elderly monks who couldn't walk to take care of. Now I have this mess to deal with.
Monks so old they can't hold themselves up with their own legs.
If that were the only bodily function they could control. But I shouldn't talk like that. It's a blessing to live to such an age.
How are the wounded from...
Some of them are well taken care of. Others are dying here, needlessly. It's a good thing we have Johanka here.
So you don't know...
Well, there were accidents, of course. A broken leg, someone who'd been kicked by a cow or bitten by a goat. But this... I've never dealt with the carnage of battle before.
If only it had been a battle. This was cold-blooded slaughter.
You were there? God be merciful to you and the dead and the wounded.
How can I help you?
Have you talked to Johanka?
I did.
Well, if you know something about it, then go and take a look.
That's true. I'm the son of a blacksmith, but I have been around the wounded before. What do I do if I'm not sure of the treatment?
Come and speak to me.
What do you think about the...
Baron von Berg? And the last time I saw him was when I was rubbing ointment.
I heard he's been here a lot.
Well, that's true. He comes to visit Johann.
Thank you. Would you teach me more about...
Certainly.
I'm interested in more of...
Wouldn't you rather learn the...
Well... Let's have a word about the price.
Well, we can... Finally.
He'll be able to get out of this on his own.
Another one. Just my luck.
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Johanka said that you might be able...
A disease, you say?
Yes, it's very interesting, but can you help these people?
I can't say at this point. I need to find... Tell me, has the whole village come down with it?
No, I mean, not yet. Several households have, around half the village.
Merhoyed? Isn't there a stud farm there? And what of the animals? Did they get infected too?
Yes, there's a stud farm. And they've all died off. The horses, the cattle, chickens, and now it's got to the people.
That is most intriguing. What are we to do about it? Do you know the symptoms?
Yes, more or less.
Excellent. I have several extensive volumes here in the library. Describe the epidemic, including the symptoms, and we could take some guidance there. Can you read?
Yes, I can.
Excellent. So,
where shall we...
Evidently there's something amiss in the digestive tract.
In the what?
The digestive tract, Henry.
Right.
The trouble lies between the mouth and the arsehole.
Uh-huh. Sure. Just so.
We can rule nothing out at this stage. You look in the Breviarium de Sickness Causa. It's a renowned manuscript from Salerno, written by one Johann of St.
But I don't know Latin.
Fortunately for you, our brother librarian is translating these momentous. Study the breviary carefully and compare the symptoms with the recorded case. I'll try the proven classics, Avicenna and his Canon Medi.
What is it?
Just for a while, he says. To help your neighbours, he says. It's been weeks. Haven't you heard? He's holding some wench on the side. What? Flashing? You must be pulling my pizzle. There isn't a woman round here who'd look twice at that 40-year-old goat. Excepting that vixen of his. No. She's not from round here. She don't live in the village. Maybe up at the mill with the charcoal burners. Christ, no good will come of that. Bringing strange women into the village from God knows where. My very words. The neighbours are missing two ends already. Could have been a weasel. Or that weasel of a woman. Who knows what she's like? For all anyone knows, she might be some wild woman of the woods. Not likely. We've already got all the wild women at home ourselves. Except for her. Sheep wagon.
I think I have it.
Yes? And what do you make of it?
It's poisoning from tainted water.
Really? That sounds rather unlikely. But if Master Johann of St. Paul's says so, who am I to comment? We shall have to prepare some medicine.
I could help with that.
Really?
Yes. I know my...
An ordinary fellow who knows the...
I'll get started right away.
I, meanwhile, shall head...
Merhoyed.
Oh, yes, Merhoyed. I'll take Johanka with me. She has no equal in caring for the sick. Once you have the...
Thank you, Brother Nick. There's one man there who needs your care more urgently than anyone. He's an important witness in the investigation.
Out of the question. I shall spend time with the sick in order of their medical needs.
I'm not needed here. And who are you?
Brother Elias.
What do you do here?
What I can. I'm just...
Do you know anything about he?
A little. I can manage the
And what do you do?
Mainly, I help. Sometimes.
How long have you been?
Since before the refugees arrived.
Thank you.
What the hell? What does he want here?
What is it?
Huh?
So, here I am. How are things looking?
It doesn't look good at all, my boy. Do you have the potion?
Yes, here it is.
I'll take 4 doses, you take the rest, and let's split up. I'll see to the Straw family, while you deal with Melikar's wife and the rest. They wouldn't let me go near that prisoner. They want him to suffer. Despite his terrible crimes, to treat a fellow mortal soul like that.
Perhaps I'll be able to convince them. I promised I'd bring them help, and I've kept my word. They must let me go to him.
I hope so, but in the short while I've been here, I've found the locals to be rather stubborn.
My respects to you, sir.
We found out what could be the cause of the affliction.
And?
You should check where your water's coming from. Nicodemus and I think that it comes down to poisoning.
It'd be hard to poison the spring, but what about the well? Good Lord, that's difficult to believe.
I have my suspicions.
The bastards weren't satisfied with killing young Straw. The fucking bastards!
What? No, go away.
Be a bit more careful.
Good day to you. What do you need?
What's happened here?
Things are bad.
Plague? You...
Indeed so.
I heard the band...
Lily, young...
Who attacked you?
I don't know. Some bandits.
Did you put up...
We most certainly did. Once Melikar heard young Straw shouting to the hills, he handed everyone a pitchfork.
Good on you.
We gave him what for.
Who are Melikar and Straw?
That's right. You're not from round here, are you? Or was, I should say.
Where will I find...
If you stand at the main...
I'd like to talk to...
I see. Well...
Tell me more about the...
Worse than you can imagine. The old...
I'm sorry to hear it. I'm looking for a...
Matthias? The brigands got him, poor lad. He's lying wounded at the stud.
Thanks.
me be, all of you. Leave me be.
You're not allowed inside. If you want to go in, talk to Melikar.
Are you serious?
Brother, is that you? We have to hitch up the sled.
Yes, the sled. Just you drink this and you'll be fine.
Is this holy water?
It is. Drink some and give it to the others in the house too. Brother Nicodeme.
Lord. No. My God. No. Let me sleep.
Leave me be.
Go away.
God be with you.
I brought some help, as promised.
I will let you, I will. Of course I will. My boy, if you've really brought a potion to rid us of this scourge...
Ah, whether I've managed to rid you of the scourge, that remains to be seen.
I know, but even so...
Don't fret about that, Melechar. A thing like that would have scared anybody. Just...
Hannah.
So, take good care.
Now open up that shit.
Good health to you.
A good day to you. What do you need? What is it?
What happened here?
Horror of horrors, Master.
Jesus Christ.
That's right.
These bandits. How did you...
Well...
It looks like you've...
They had no time.
Melechar.
They're locals. And straw.
Where will I find...
If you...
I'd like to talk...
I see.
And the disease...
There's not much to...
Thank you. That's all.
Dad! What are you up to here? Get out of here or I'll call the guards on you.
Don't speak to...
The agony.
So you don't...
Well, there were...
If only it had...
You were there.
Thank you. Why are they so... How is that possible?
But I have no say in how... And because the abbot...
Can't you do anything?
Unfortunately, and the custodian...
And the local custodian?
I tried him, but it seems he had some disagreement with you.
I can't believe your conscience lets you leave the Skalitz locals in such a...
I know. I'm shamed.
Even so...
You're not the only...
What are you up?
Hal? You're a sight for sore eyes.
It's good to see you too, Matthias. Sir Radzig sent...
Sir Radzig? Looks like...
Yeah, something like that. But that's not important.
Well, I'm glad to see you have a job. Lots... If I were in your shoes, I'd get the hell out of here. This...
Disease?
Folk is saying it...
Oh, damn! Tell me about the raid.
What do you want to know?
I hear one of the raiders was taken cap...
Aye, old Melachar let him have it over the head with a flail, and now he's locked...
Why's that?
That fucker killed young Straw, and his old man's sharpening his sickle for him. Melachar still hasn't decided what to do with him.
I understand old Straw wants revenge, but first I have to question that bandit.
Good luck, then.
I hear one of the...
Aye, old...
Why's that?
That fucker killed...
I can tell you what he'll do with him. He'll...
I doubt Melachar will let...
Can you describe...
I don't know. They came at dusk.
You talked to them?
No. They were shouting at us. They were very sure of themselves to begin with, but when we hit them in the woods, they didn't look so brave.
I know you've got courage enough for any man, but how did a bunch of untrained...
One of the village lads caught sight of them coming through the woods and told Melachar, who roused the whole village, and everyone grabbed what they could. Pitchforks, axes, flails, and we went out to face them.
What? You mounted in a...
Aye, and that was the key. It was the last thing, though. A few of them still managed to break through to the village, probably wanted to torch it. But even the women here were armed with what they could find, and they took the bastards by surprise.
About this sickness. When did this plague?
The day after the raid. The horses were lying down in the stable, so we knew some... By afternoon, they were all dead. Then other animals started getting sick, one after the other.
What are the signs?
I don't leave the house much, but folk complain of fever and shakes. Some...
Has anyone died from it?
Aye, old Vurba. Although he was already on his last legs, so no one knows for sure if it was the plague that got... Either way, the animals are dropping like flies and...
Who's ill now?
I don't know. What with my arm the way it is, I don't go outdoors much.
Are you alright?
Well, at least...
But you've been hurt?
It happened during the raid. One of those damn bandits fell on me, horse and all. My arm's badly broken, but better than a broke...
Can I ask you a bit about...
I haven't been here.
Can you tell me something?
He's a woodcutter, tough as they come, and a hot...
It's normal to grieve.
Depends how you look at it. Folk are afraid...
Where can I find...
When you take the main gate out of the stables...
What's Melachar?
The locals...
I know.
Sir Hanush hasn't had time...
Thank God you had someone here who could take the reins.
Aye.
What's Melachar like?
The locals look up to him.
I know.
Sir Hanush...
Thank God.
Aye.
Where does Melachar...
When you take them...
You're back?
Yes, and I have something to make you well again.
Good Lord above. Thank you for showing us your mercy.
Drink this and give it to everyone in the house. I've also...
Thank you.
Hey, who's there? A good day to you.
What's happened here?
There's a
plague.
Indeed so. Something's up with the village.
What was that?
Thanks. That'll be all for now.
Hey, I'm sure I heard something.
Is someone there?
What is it? What are you doing?
Watch it. I'll remember.
Leave me be.
No more suffering. Ah. Ah. Yeah,
Oh, sweet Mother of God.
Tell me more about this. All right.
Oh, the agony.
God bless.
Lord, please end this. Please, no more suffering. Sweet Mary, Mother of God, I can't bear the pain. Christ almighty, I can't stand it anymore. Oh, sweet Mother of God.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Now let's wait and see what happens.
Oh. Mama.
Sweet Mother of God. Oh, what? No, go away.
You're back?
Of course. I always keep...
I don't doubt that, naturally. Did you deliver my will?
Not as yet.
Then be quick about it, please. A man on his deathbed must say...
Don't worry. I brought a remedy from Drink this regularly, you and everyone in the house.
A remedy? You have hands of gold, pure...
Lord, please end this. Please, no more suffering.
Good health to you.
I need to talk to that captain.
You again.
I need to talk to that...
Don't push me. I'm...
What's going on there? Hey, watch it!
Hey, who's that? Hey!
Be a bit more careful.
No business here. Clear off or you'll be sorry.
Sweet Mother of God.
Good health to you.
My respects to you, sir.
We found out what...
And?
You should check where you're...
It'd be hard to point...
I have my suspicion.
The bastards weren't...
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Who are you?
My name is Henry, and I'm investigating on behalf of...
Oh, you'll have an easy job with me, boy.
How so?
I won't give you any problems.
That's sensible of you.
I'm a sensible man. Only I'd like to get it over quick and not keep the Rattay executioner busy too long, if you catch my drift.
I understand.
What do you want to know?
Everything. First...
I follow the coin, lad. We all do.
That's not news to me, but who pays the coin?
I got my pay from Runt, like all the men in Pribyslavitz. And Runt got his money from the chief. And the chief had the coin minted.
Who's the chief?
Bandit. If he heard you say that, he'd have your head on a spike. That's the kind of man he is.
So he's a foreigner?
Don't think so. For sure he ain't Czech. And he's got plenty of coin. I'd stake my neck on it. He's got noble blood in his veins.
Judging by how he looks?
More by the way he talks. Any man can dress up like nobility.
Where's that chief of yours now?
I've no idea. After Pribyslavitz, he ordered us to raid Merhoyed, but he wasn't with us. He went off who knows where. I don't reckon he'll be out of your hair for long, though.
So the chief is in command?
You could say.
How's that?
You ask who's in charge and who answers to who. Only this, there was all sorts of gangs in Pribyslavitz, big and small. Robber barons who had their own brigades calling them my lord. And men came, men went. Lots of squabbles, the occasional murder. Old cronies and old rivals were meeting.
I suppose so.
It was one big muddle. The main thing was nobody asked questions. I didn't give a damn who the chief was or what he had in mind or whether he had one ball or two. Or...
How did you know about Pribyslavitz?
A fellow by the name of Morgok. We met near Kuttenberg. I was robbing burghers who were fleeing the town from Sigismund's army. We got to talking and he told me
Why did you attack Merhoyed?
The chief himself gave us the order. I reckon he wanted to show the local lords he was nowhere near finished.
So he's planning more raids?
The chief's always planning something.
So you knew the coin was counterfeit?
Course I did. I brought those groschen to Pribyslavitz, along with a few other things.
Did you? And where did the forgeries come from?
We used to meet at the charcoal piles near Rovna, by the cross...
So Menhart's waiting there?
Might be, might not.
And does this Menhart know...
How should I know?
I see. So it's...
It'd be a waste of breath. All he did...
Who else knows about the money?
Apart from the chief, Menhart, Runt and me, there was a few others. The men got some real money too, with the false stuff. It'd be suspicious if they only had freshly minted coin.
You said you used to bring other things. What?
Letters. Menhart would give them to me for the chief.
Have you still got that letter?
Aye. The yokels round here ain't got much interest in correspondence.
Give it to me then.
I'd be delighted.
What were the letters about?
If I knew how to read, I wouldn't be trusted to carry letters, would I? I took them from Menhart to the chief and back.
That's all I need to know for now.
For now? For the love of Christ, boy, don't let the executioner interrogate me. I've already told you everything I know.
I can't deny you've been cooperative.
I'll do my best to see you get a quick end.
Henry! I think old Straw's come for the brigand. Step back from that heathen, young fella! But you can't kill me! Not just like that! Shut the fuck up, you weasel, and keep it fucking shut! You don't even get a say! Calm down, Straw. He won't escape justice. After all, he's... Don't stand in my way, Melikar! Let Henry decide. He's the one who saved his life.
Let's talk about it.
To hell with that. That Orson killed my boy. He won't leave Merhayed alive.
Listen to me, Straw. That isn't going to help anyone. You're a decent man, not a killer. Think of your wife.
And where's the justice in that? My boy cut down in his youth. Didn't even have a chance to marry. And that cutthroat swine left walking the earth.
Don't worry, he won't escape justice. Surely you don't think Sir Radzig will just let him go?
What's Sir Radzig to me? You won't even let me avenge the death of my own son. Take him then. Take him and leave me with nothing but my grief.
I promise you he'll suffer for what he did.
Be quiet and go quickly before I change my mind.
Good day to you. What do you need?
What are you doing? Are you poaching?
What the hell are you on about? I just found it is all. But you look a bit suspicious to me. Poacher!
I wasn't hunting. That carcass was already lying there when I came.
Why, you still have the bow you shot the poor wretch with?
This? I have this for defense. These days you can't even leave the village without a weapon.
Well, you're right there. These are troubled times. All right. I suppose you're not the guilty one after all.
I'm glad you saw sense. We'll just have to report it to someone. Unfortunately, there's not.
God save you, Henry.
God bless you. What troubles you?
I've returned from Merhoyed, sir.
How does it look there?
I brought them help from the monastery. Brother Nicodemus and Johanka from Skalitz. Fortunately, Nicodemus was able to cure the disease. Well, at least what he's doing looks promising so far.
Thank Christ. Some good news for a change. What about the captive? Did you question him?
He was infected too.
I see. Did he survive?
Fortunately, he survived and I had a chance to question him.
What did you find out?
He was transporting the false coins to Pribyslavitz. He got them from some merchant called Menhart.
I don't know him.
Neither do I. But I know where the money's handed over. It's not far from Rovna, and this Menhart should be waiting there about now.
Excellent, Henry. We mustn't let this opportunity slip through our fingers. You go there and put pressure on this Menhart to tell us what he knows. Don't go yet. There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
You haven't disappointed me. Nothing against Bernard, Robert, or any of those others. But none of them could find out as much as you. At least not without beatings and torture. And that doesn't always work. You're a godsend, lad.
Thank you, sir.
Now go and find out who's behind everything, and then we'll deal with them.
Yes, sir. Sir.
What is it?
Sometimes I ask myself what it all means. Why does God allow such things to happen? All this slaughter and revenge, over and over.
It's a hard question. I'm no theologian. But long ago I came to the conclusion that the only thing that makes sense is that it's all a trial. Life is one long series of problems to solve. The more you solve, the better a man you become.
I never thought about it that way.
Well, just look at the pampered ones who have no concerns in life, like young Lord Capon, for instance. I shudder to think how he will rule when his time comes. Tribulations spawn in life over and over again, and we must stand our ground and face them. So, I go to Sasso and solve this one.
You can rely on me, sir.
Good luck, son.